Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, Creme de la Creme. If you're subscribed, thank you so much for being subscribed, okay? If you listen to my videos, like my videos, then I do appreciate it. All of those things are free. Free, no purchase required. Yeah. Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about being pretty. Being pretty in society, okay? Um, like real talk. Like like Beyonce's songs, like pretty hurts. Like I've I say it all the time in my videos. Like there is a duality, or you could say a polarity to everything. So along with being pretty or your looks, being aesthetically pleasing, there's a gift and a curse with that. You know, so being pretty in society. I feel like most it's like, okay, first off, it's like, who determines and who says like what's pretty or what pretty is? Like who's who's pretty and not pretty, or how pretty a person is, like who says that? Who determines that? I definitely feel like that's like that determining factor varies per person. Everybody's not even a type, because it doesn't have to be a romantic thing. Yeah. But I like that because that's just what makes up the world, just how different we are, how our yeah, some of our, that's some of our differences, how we view things, how we view others, how we see the world, how we see people, how we see ourselves, and it's definitely like all, it's like a combination makeup. Like no one person is the same. Unique, the uniqueness. I love that. I love that. The uniqueness of it all. So what's pretty to one may not be pretty to the next person. You get what I'm saying? Or maybe it's something about them that's pretty, but to someone else, like that said thing may not be pretty to somebody else. So that's where that uniqueness come in, as being an individual. That individuality. You get what I'm saying? So when I say being pretty in society, like nowadays, like being pretty nowadays, I definitely feel like it has been, like, I'll just say, watered down. I feel like the individuality is lacking. That uniqueness is missing. I feel like we have gotten, maybe not scared. I won't say the word scared. It's like we've gotten scared to like be ourselves. But I just feel like a society almost corners us. Not okay. Society doesn't do it, but we allow society to corner us, like to back us into a wall, into feeling like we have to be a certain way, into feeling like we have to look a certain way. You know? Like society will have you thinking that you have to be a certain size to be popping, to be what we call pretty. You have to be a certain size. I mean, skin complexion. Excuse me, like skin complexion. Like I myself, I can't even believe that we're still having like, not even so much as like the race wars, the racial side of it, but just like that, the light skin dark skin battle thing. Like it's a little baffling, but you know me, if you know me, like everything is like, not everything, but things be more serious than we realize. So, you know, yeah, some people it could be serious, but they'll make light of it. Or it could be something kind of light and playful, and somebody will make serious with it. And I feel like that's me. Like, to everybody else, like, it might be just a light conversation. It might be just like a funny piece, you know what I'm saying? But to me, I will take that thing so deeply, right? So, along with the light skin, dark skin, race war, you know, it's ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's baffling, and it's so beyond me. It's so beyond me. I won't even say beneath me. Like, it's beyond me. You know. But think about it though. It's been such an ongoing thing for so long. Like, when did the light skin, dark skin thing even, when did it like begin to matter? So it began to matter for me in my mind, my thoughts, like what I know. It's just what I know, right? I guess this is what, you know, certain history scholars, yeah, like, yeah, I'm sure a lot of African American scholars or whatever, like, yeah, history buffs, like they would be like this is basically what they have been pushing in our face. When you think about black people, when you think about the blacks, when you think about African American, the first thing they talk about, the biggest thing they talk about is like slavery timing, you know. So, you know, they relate all black people back to slavery, you know. But like they'll say that that's like really the only thing that is being pushed. That's the only thing that's being broadcasted. You get what I'm saying? To put African Americans in that light of slavery. But they don't want to talk so much about the Egyptian era of things. You know, even if you want to say the Atlantis era of things, like they don't want to. It's certain other areas and topics they don't want to discuss in the light of blacks and African Americans. They don't even want you to know and realize and relate yourself to being Egyptian. They just only want you to say African American and think about yourself from slavery. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yeah. So like even if we talk about Egyptian times was like being light, a lighter complexion of skin or a darker complexion of skin, like was it a thing? Like I don't know, I just wonder like was it a thing? I feel like it wasn't a thing. But I don't know though. I feel like it wasn't a thing. What am I saying? Okay, so Cleopatra. First of all, did you guys know like there were so many different Cleopatras? I want to say yeah, like they all were like family. Like Cleopatra, there was a lot of Cleopatras, but you know the one that we know of and we think of, I think she was 5, may have been 8, but Cleopatra 5. I think she was Cleopatra 5, but anyway, Cleopatra and King Tut. You know, just a couple of names to throw out there, like during their time and in their era, like was it a race thing about the complexion of your skin? So you know, to separate the complexion of your skin thing and to separate that from a race war, that's different. That's different because the race war would be more about the I say like the culture and not the skin. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, the culture, yeah, of a certain ethnic group against another culture or ethnic group. Versus, I'm talking about the skin war. Like how light and how dark, like how fair is your skin? Like, oh my God. And once upon a time, whether it be Egyptian time, before or after that, whether it be slavery time, like the complexion of your skin, the shade of your skin was a determining factor of your life. Like it set a tone for how you will be treated, like how others will look at you. You get what I'm saying? So like the lighter your skin, let's say you're black, you're African American, but you have lighter skin. Even a lot of the lighter skinned people were children of the master, children of the white man, right? But they got to be in the house. They did chores and did things in the house. They were a slave that served the master, their father, in the house. But the darker skins, the darkies, Chris Brown calls them, the darkies would be outside in the field, doing more labor, more strenuous work, more heavy work, like a bigger load got put on them. They had to be out there in the different temperatures that came around. Like they were treated a certain way. The light skin, like you still was a slave. You still had to work. You still had to serve the man. But it's in different not aspects, but like you receive more labor if you was dark skinned and you worked outside. Okay? So it paid back then, it was a plus to be a lighter skin, a fair skin, a red bone skin. And you get to be on the inside. So pretty hurts. Okay? Being pretty in society today. So I'm talking about the skin color war. So I feel like in society today, that is where they push you to believe where pretty lies in a lighter skin. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, I must say, things are changing. Things have changed. They're changing, still in process, ing, still in process. They're changing to where you will see, and this is actually a little bit that kind of pisses me off, if I be honest. Like, because you will see, because there's certain models so beautiful, certain models that are like, have that really, really dark, like, they're so brown and chocolatey that, but it's such a beautiful black. You ever seen those models? Like, their skin is so chocolatey black, it's so pretty, but it's just smooth skin. Like, and they will publicize them and, have them represented as melanin, you know what I'm saying? Just to put out there, that this color skin shade is pretty as well. But it's so sad to the degree that you have to push them like that. Like you have to push that darker skin like that, instead of it just being a known fact. Instead of it just being a known thing that, hey, this skin color is pretty too. Like, we don't have a great need to just push it like that. But I suppose we do, because in society today, in society today, I definitely think skin complexion is the biggest of it, of what relates to pretty in society today. But it's just a comparison for me. It's the comparison. Like, we continue to compare that skin shade together. Like, that does something to me, just to even compare. Because, like, we're comparing some things that are really was never intended to be compared. Back to us all being unique and being individuals. Like, we were not created to be compared. You get what I'm saying? Like, each individual is not in comparison to anyone else. You know, that's what makes each person unique, but whatever. 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 What about size? What about in society today? Weight, your size, how much extra meat you have on you or not. Another big factor in society today that determines your pretty level. You know what I'm saying? How pretty you are. What a catch you would be is your weight, your body weight. How much extra meat that you're carrying. So now when I say that, I think of the first person I think of when I think of extra weight. Think of a big girl, you know. Think of a fat girl. I think about Lizzo. Lizzo? Lizzie? Lizzo. I think I'm saying it right. Lizzo. So I think about Lizzo. She has been the newest trending fat girl because, you know, once upon a time, y'all remember it was Monique. Okay? It was Monique. Monique went through her thing for years. You know, she was embracing her weight and everything. You know what I'm saying? She basically, for her timing, she made it trending. You know what I'm saying? She got rich off of that, basically. But years later, y'all do recall that Monique lost that weight and got fit and got herself together. But that's neither here nor there. So now for a time like this, 2022, and I think Lizzo's been like around a couple years or a few years, I think, maybe 3 years or something, I think. Maybe longer than that. I really don't know. I've been hearing about her the last couple of years, right? So she's on her I'm a big girl and proud thing. It's trending for her. This is how she's marketing. That's how she's getting her money. Being a proud big girl. So just another, I got a few parts on this. So that's just another thing that's like, that really bothers me. Like, why she can't just love herself, accept herself, be confident in herself, and do her. Why, I mean, other than the fact that that's how she's making her money. Other than that, you're like, yeah, she's making that it's a marketing scheme. So I know about that part, right? So let's remove the marketing scheme. Like, why can't she just be who she is? Like, why is she feeling like she must push the I'm fat and proud agenda? Like, that part kind of bothers me because I'm just like, why a person just can't be them? Like, why does society put it on people like that? Or why does a person feel the need to do that to themselves? Like, I'm fat and proud, I'm fat and proud, I'm fat and proud. I'm going to show my fat stomach that's rolling all over my pants. You know, I have rolls, but so what? I'm going to put these tights on. I ain't talking about nobody. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If I had a lot of extra fat, I was a big girl. I was a BBW. Scorpio. Drake. I'm trying to say Drake. And Drake said he like his girl BBW. I like my girl BBW. If I were BBW, I pray that I would be a confident, feeling sexy, feeling myself, if what the folks say type of girl. I just would wish and hope that that's the mind and the frame that I was in by myself, right? Lord knows I do. But I wouldn't be the one pushing that. I would be so busy doing me that I don't even realize I'm fat. Or I don't even realize being fat is frowned upon or something. Like, I wouldn't even realize it because I'm just busy doing me. Like, I wouldn't be publicizing it like hashtag fat and proud. So that's just society that we live in today. But they say size matters, like, I guess so, for sure. I mean, I say guess so, but yes. The answer to that is yes, guys, okay? Size matters, okay? Size matters. Right now we're talking about body weight, and having extra skin or not on you, you know what I'm saying, in society today, how we make people feel some type of way for it. It's almost like having a nice personality, being a kind person, being a giver, having great value from just being true to yourself is not what wins over your size. So, man, yeah. So it didn't just start. It didn't just begin. This been going on. Especially trying, being a star, like a movie star back in the day. That definitely was not as accepting as it is now. Like, think about how many fat girls was in the old movies. You can go all the way back to the black and white movies, if you're into that sort of thing. Like, how many big girls did you see acting in films? Like, even singing, like any type of star, like famous at all, got a name for yourself. How many big girls I remember from back in the day? You know what I'm saying? So they have made their way through a lot of stigma or dogma, however you want to put that. Yeah. But again, it's a gift and a curse being pretty. Because, okay, let's say you pretty. When I say you pretty, that means basically most people are gonna say you're pretty. Yeah, I mean, you got some folks like, they alright, you might not be everybody's type. You get what I'm saying? Like, this folks that's not my type, but I still realize and recognize and I can see that they're good looking. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're nice looking, like they fine, but not my type. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not really talking about a type, but I'm just talking about someone that most people, the majority average person, is gonna identify this person as being pretty. Yeah. So, okay, if we have to talk about the stars, let's talk about Beyonce and Rihanna, okay? So the average person is going to identify them. I believe even if they wasn't stars, if they was just one of the chicks in your city that you saw at the darn grocery store or at the corner store, you know what I'm saying? If you saw them, the average person is going to be like, oh, she pretty. Yeah, she pretty, whatever. Ain't got to be your type, but you can recognize that they're pretty. So it's like, what makes that pretty? What makes that pretty, or what makes a Beyonce or Rihanna pretty? Versus if you got someone a little more plain, or even if you got a big girl, if you got Lizzo. I mean, again, let's make these people, they're not stars, they're not famous, you don't know them like this. These are women that you're passing by in your hometown while you're at the grocery store. These are women that you're passing by. Like, why will we say that a Beyonce is pretty, but a Lizzo is not pretty? You get what I'm saying? Like, why is that? But I guess, that varies. That varies depending on the person. Imagine being the pretty one. Imagine being the pretty one. First of all, I feel like the pretty ones oftentimes have the lowest confidence, or have like the lowest esteem in themselves. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that. Yeah, I feel like that. Even like with life, I feel like pretty people, folks that were like born pretty, blessed pretty, right? Like they have like the hardest time. Yeah. Like I feel like life itself is gonna like throw them the hardest time. So if they say that we choose our lives. Before we come, we choose our lives. We choose like the different trials and stuff that we're gonna go through. They say we choose, our body type, our skin, like how we're gonna look and everything. Like they say we choose. So if that's so, let's just say that's the truth, that we get to choose our life before we come. It's like, in with your choosing, you have to mix it up. Like you can't have your entire life great and awesome. Like it's like not allowed. So you have to like mix it up. So I feel like that's like the thing. It's like, okay, pick your skin suit. Like pick your skin suit. Like you're going to go to be a human, and you get to pick your, like, what you're gonna look like. You get to pick your meat suit. You get to pick your meat suit and everything, like your skin complexion, how your nose gonna look. You get to pick that out. So let's just say a person picks out, like, and they are, I'm talking about aesthetically pleasing, like they are so fine. Like now, okay, let's talk about the men. Like so fine. I'm talking about you got the chiseled cheekbones. I'm talking about you look like a Greek god. I'm talking about nose, the prettiest nose, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of big and fat, but it still got that little point on it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about you tall. I'm talking about fine. Well, let's just say you pick that. Everything you come up with, and you is fine. I'm talking about, whew, I'm talking about, ain't nobody out here going to just be like, they alright, because it's like, no, if you keep it real with yourself and you got eyes to see, then you know this person fine. I feel like on the other end of that, like when they go in and be like, okay, so pick your different trials and tribulations that you're going to go through. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick whatever, 5 trials and tribulations. I feel like they like make you go to a certain area and be like, well, you're going to have a lot of fucked up shit happen to you then. You know, since you're going to be this fine, we got to level it out. Like, this is life. Like, we have to level it out. So since you're going to be this fine, we got to level it out. So you're going to have a lot of trials and tribulations. So now you down over here. You ain't at the top getting all the joyous trials and stuff. Like, you ain't running into a lot of luck and fortune because you already fine. So because you got the fine, that's up at the top. So now you got to come down low and pick a lot of messed up stuff that happened to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I kind of feel like life is. And that's to keep everything even in balance. Like, you know, we say, you know, life ain't fair. But for me, I feel like overall life is fair. But it's from our vantage point, from our what's that word? Oh, I hate when words leave me. From our vantage point, you know, because a lot of times most people are only able to see one or maybe 2 ways. 2 perspectives, 2 views, 2 vantage points. And from those vantage points, limited vantage points, then life seems terrible, life seems very unfair. But when you are able to, they say only God, when you're able to be omnipresent, omnipotent, like God, how he sits high. They say he sits high and he looks low. Because when you're way up, you can see everything from every angle, right? So the fact that we're not able to do that, many of us are not able to do that, see things from all vantage points, then we feel like life ain't fair. Okay? But when I tell you at the end of the day, when it all boils down, when it's all shaken together and boiled down, life is fair. Okay? So you can look at that person that you label as pretty. Oh, they pretty. I'm guarantee you they have some of the most terrible, I don't even want to say terrible lives, but they have so much stuff that has come up against them in life. You do not hear me. I'm talking about right along with, like, just folks not liking them right off. Folks hating on them. You know what I'm saying? Folks judging them, prejudging them because they're pretty. So life has a way of straightening itself out. So, like, what am I saying? Am I saying it pays to be ugly? Yeah. Yeah. It pays. It pays to be pretty too. It pays to be pretty too. But it the way I'm seeing life now, it pays to be ugly. So, you know what I'm saying? You might pick a face or whatever, a body that society today don't see as all that, you know what I'm saying? But then you are blessed with a lot of fortune and events. You know what I'm saying? You become blessed with even interacting and meeting and running into good people, you know, versus that pretty person. You get a lot of misfortunes. You are running into a lot of not of the very best people. And that's just how life levels itself out. That's how life makes things fair. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Being pretty today. This is stuff I be thinking about, y'all. I would love to hear some comments on that, on this. Feel free to leave some comments. Yeah, thank you for watching my video and coming to my channel. If you're subscribed, thank you. Yeah, this is the creme de la creme of them all over here, y'all. I know right now a lot of people are not gonna gravitate towards my channel right now. Oh, I know. It's okay. You know, I'm futuristic. So like I'm here today, August 9th, 2022. So I'm here. I'm here on Earth today. Yeah. But I'm not here. I'm here, but I'm not here. But okay, okay, I'll just say I'm here. But I'm somewhere else too. Also. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Being pretty in society. Yeah. Just take life as it is. Take life as it comes. All is why they say to always remain grateful. No matter what's going on, no matter what it look like, no matter what you're going through, remain grateful. Okay? It's always something we try to change or fix or wish was different or wish it wasn't so, you know. Now, okay, this is another video. I'm going to have to do a video on the Mandela effect, because right there we just got into the Mandela effect, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to change this one thing, you don't realize you can change that one thing, how it is, that dynamic, but you don't know that you're offsetting or maybe unsetting a whole nother avenue in your life, you know what I'm saying, by changing that one particular thing, you know. Yeah. 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 Like being a pretty person with a nasty attitude, that to me is worse than a ugly person having a nasty attitude. You know, they both not good now. They both not good. I ain't saying if you ugly you can have a nasty attitude, but never have a nasty attitude. You know what I'm saying? Just, and I'm working on that thing. You know, being nice and kind to people no matter what. But being pretty with a nasty attitude, it's like, how dare you? You know? But we all are facing challenges throughout life, you know, in will, because that's just what life is. Life is full of challenges. That's what life is. So challenges will never go away. Never go away. Hopefully as we grow and we learn and we adapt, that we change. The thing that's changing is how we deal with the challenges that's coming into our life. Because again, challenges will never stop. Never. That's life. Okay, I'm gonna end this video here. Being pretty in society today. I'll probably do a part 2 on this too. Really. Like we're gonna actually get like spiritual on that thing. You don't get spiritual on that thing. Yeah. For sure. For sure. Like there's everything for me boils down to spirituality. So there's a whole spiritual thing with when you choose a meat suit that is aesthetically pleasing versus choosing a meat suit and you would be ugly, you would be fat, You would be disfigured. You would be disabled. There's a spiritualness to it all. So I'm going to do a part 2 and talk about the spiritual side of being pretty. Yeah, spiritual side of choosing your meat suit or something. I don't know. But be looking for that part 2. Again, if you are not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get my channel growing. I do appreciate it now before I get to the 100,000s or whatever. And hit the bell notification. So when I do this part 2 on this video, then you will be alerted, okay? Thank you so much. And I cannot end this video without sending you love and light.